What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here on Borderlands 2. Before we get into the actual video, though, I want to let you guys know, yesterday I was supposed to be live streaming, but my schedule kind of got fucked up, and I needed to take that day off, so I'm going to be live streaming right now as this video goes live. So after you get done watching the video, come stop by, say what's up, and we're going to be hanging out and having a pretty good time. But today, I want to talk about some more Borderlands pre-sequel information and speculation. Now, if you haven't been watching my channel, or you haven't been watching Borderlands news, the Borderlands pre-sequel is slated to be released in September 2014, which is only a few months away. And we already know that there's going to be 4 playable characters inside of the game. There's going to be Athena the Gladiator, she's from the General Knox DLC. We have Wilhelm, who is also a boss inside of Borderlands 2. Then we're going to have Nisha, who was the Sheriff of Lynchwood. And yes, we have Claptrap as the militarized Claptrap named Fragtrap. Yeah. Anyway, last episode, we talked about the history of Athena, how she came from the General Knox DLC, and we speculated about her possible role as a playable melee character and a defensive shielded gladiator. So today, I want to talk a little bit about Claptrap, because a lot of people want to talk about Claptrap. So let's go ahead and talk about Claptrap. But you're going to be like, Mac, wait, didn't you just say Fragtrap is the playable character and not actually Claptrap? Well, yeah, this is actually the Claptrap militarized and rebranded as Fragtrap. And yes, like I said, this is the Claptrap that you come into contact in Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2. You know that little yellow box? That godforsaken, annoying little piece of shit that follows you around, and he has the unwarranted self-importance, calling you a minion, and insisting that Handsome Jack is after Claptrap and not you? Yeah, it's that Claptrap. The same Claptrap that introduces you in Borderlands 1, the same Claptrap that starts a Claptrap revolution and tries to kill you as Mega Interplanetary Ninja Claptrap. Yeah, it's that motherfucker. But let's go ahead and sit back and think about this, because this is Claptrap. And as useless as Claptrap is, he did get us the Sanctuary. He did get us past the death wall so we can go take out the bunker and get into Angel's little area. And he did get us into Heroes Pass. So, for all intents and purposes, as annoying as Claptrap is, he isn't as useless as he's written to be. And that's what I wanted to talk about, because, you know, we think about Claptrap actually being useful, and then you start thinking about how they're gonna spin this. Wouldn't it be kind of fucked up if we find out that Claptrap all along wasn't lying? That maybe Jack really is trying to kill Claptrap and not us? Like, maybe Jack actually perceives Claptrap to be an actual legitimate threat to his operation, like one large enough that he would mount an entire campaign against Sanctuary, trying to kill all of its inhabitants just to kill one actual robot. I mean, think about it. Is it actually too far-fetched for this story to be possible? I mean, Claptrap, he's written purposely annoying, but he is the face of the Borderlands series. Could he actually be key and integral to the storyline from Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2? So, let's look at it from this perspective, alright? You can only assume one of 2 different possibilities of how Claptrap's going to be utilized inside of the pre-sequel. Number 1, he's either going to be ridiculously overpowered, or number 2, he's going to be kind of like Axton, where he's comically barely usable. Like, I mean, I love Axton, but when you compare him to some of the other characters, their action skill, the amount of damage that they're able to put out, he is laughably lagging behind. And that's what I wanted to say. Like, you know, one or two possibilities. Either he's going to be OP or he's going to be laughably underpowered. You know, I think it makes sense that Claptrap is actually slated to be one of the stronger characters, not only in this game, but inside this franchise, especially since he's the most recognizable face inside of the game. Like, alright, seriously, at this moment, nobody knows anything about actually what Claptrap's gonna do in the game, what his role's gonna be, or what his action skill. But the best guess is that he'll probably be a support character for healing and crowd control purposes. I mean, it seems the route that makes the most sense, because Claptraps were made to help people. They were made, I don't want to say humans, because we don't know exactly if they are humans inside of, well, I guess so. They do say human in the Borderlands 2 dialogue a few times. So, alright, humans, that's another interesting point, because Claptrap is the first non-playable human character. That's if you're not looking at Zero as a human. I know a lot of people are like, he's a robot! He's an alien! He has 4 fingers! He's a Simpson! You know, alright, let's just say a fleshy, human-esque life force. Claptrap is the first playable character inside of the Borderlands franchise that doesn't have flesh. So even though no gameplay has really been released on Claptrap, it seems likely and possible that we might have our first armored playable character with a health bar being colored yellow, similar to how the loaders in Borderlands 2 act, and they would probably be weak to corrosive and maybe resistant to fire. Although, if you did play the Revolution, you'll know that the Claptraps were surprisingly fucked up by fire. Which, I mean, it was Borderlands 1, they didn't have the mechanics for the robots like Borderlands 2, but they could have made them armored, kind of like the Crimson Lance guys are, where the corrosive cuts right through them really easily, and the fire is still effective, just not as effective. Although I do use a Hellfire. The Hellfire in Borderlands 1 was fucking sick! So, anyway, I'm getting off topic. The one thing that we do know is that Claptrap does sport a jetpack, like all the other characters, and since jetpacks use the oxygen supply, the double jump, to do the glide, and the ass stomp, we can guarantee that even though Claptrap might not continually use oxygen like the actual other human characters do, he will have a supply of it, and it will be useful towards Claptrap, at least in the sense for jumping. Now, we don't know if it's actually gonna tick down like the other characters, but it makes sense that it probably wouldn't. But it was also seen at PAX 2014 that oxygen supplies can be used to revive people faster. So if Claptrap doesn't have a constantly depleting supply of oxygen, it would also lend another little bit of a helping hand to have Claptrap around, since he would basically be like a portable oxygen tank for the other characters to help keep their oxygen filled when you're not in the area. But don't worry, because 2K has already said you're not going to have a lot of situations inside the game where you're going to be like, I'm running out of oxygen, I'm going to die, I got to run and find it. There's going to be plenty of oxygen on the moon base. Trust me, if you're working on a moon and you have a moon base, you want to make sure that you have a good supply of oxygen around, even at the very base, just for your workers. There's a lot of people run a goddamn moon base. You ever seen Star Wars? When that shit was blowing up, the Death Star? How many motherfuckers are running through the hall? That's a lot of motherfucking oxygen. But, you know, after breaking it down, looking at the information that we do have, it looks like it's safe to say that those of you guys out there that are worrying that Claptrap is actually going to be useless, I'm actually predicting that he might be downright overpowered, specifically because he is the face of the game. You don't want to make the face of the game. Even though he's already written as annoying, he doesn't really know that he's annoying. Like Claptrap says, I'm constantly depressed, you know? He's like, he's actually, that's just the way he is. And even though I hate Claptrap, still love him. Just a little bit. But then he goes ahead, like Marcus says, and says something stupid. and ruins it for everybody. So, it looks like that Claptrap is probably going to be a welcome addition to the Borderlands playable character roster. Yay. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. This is just my thoughts, opinions, and a little bit of speculation on the Borderlands Presequel of how Claptrap is actually gonna be one of the key components to the Borderlands franchise and the Borderlands story. I think he is gonna be the one character that's gonna tie all these stories into one fleshed out story, and that would actually be crazy. And it would only work in a pre-sequel. You can't make Claptrap useful in the pre-sequel and then make him useless in Borderlands 2 because you actually know that he would be powerful and Jack would be after him. But if you played Borderlands 2 first and you're like, oh my god, this Claptrap is so fucking useless, and then you go back to play the Borderlands pre-sequel, you're like, holy shit, he actually had a valid point that Jack was trying to get him. So that's a crazy twist. It's like one of those Outer Limits or the Twilight Zone. So, like I said, my name's Jay, MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.